very promising enterprise. You've just moved into a bigger space, Treasure, the Closet, and beyond. Tell us what gave you that impetus to come back home. You could have stayed in the United States and earned mega dollars. Of course.
Well, I'm actually still based in the U.S. I'm based in the U.S. I'm also in Senegal. But also because, you know, Gambia, I love Gambia. I'm just one of these people that love Gambia, love Gambian women. You know, in 1998, when I came back to write that paper, I was attached to the Women's Bureau. And I got the opportunity to go up country and be with these women for 3 months and to live with them and see what these women were all about. And what I've learned, actually, instead of learning from these women learning from me, I learned so much in terms of these women have so much limited resources. And from that limited resources, they've been able to achieve a lot of great things. And I got inspired. I said, you know, if these women can do all these things, you know, with all these resources that I have, I can do really big things. So going back to the US after writing that paper, really, I become this really new woman, really inspired. And also, most importantly, I wanted to give back to these women who really, really helped me in terms of laying the foundation for me to go and just be inspired. I thought if I come back to Gambia, I will set up a company, a business that will allow me to make a difference. Because, Malik, whatever you do, there has to be financial sustainability. And I could have just taken my money and helped them, but is it sustainable? So I built in my business model that 10% of our funds, of our sales, of not profits, because sales. For someone who understands, yes, sales. 10% of sales is a lot of money. So 10% of our sales goes into funding some of these programs that we do. So Treasure is actually allowing me to live my dreams, allowing me to fund my passion, which is to help women and children in the Gambia.
We'll come back to that. Your work with rural women will come back. Let us look at Treasure. What is Treasure, the Closet and beyond?
Okay. Treasure is treasure. Something that we really, really treasure.
You have a wonderful dress and
thank you,
dress jacket on.
Thank you very much. Treasure means
that's from Treasure.
Everything that I wear is from Treasure. I'm actually the best client because I'm such a businesswoman. Everything that I wear, I have to buy it at Treasure. Anyway, it's a treasure. And then the closet, everything that you need in your closet. The beyond is all these other things that we do, helping women, helping children, the Yes We Can Be program, the Night of Excellence. This is all part of the beyond.
Now, let's come to the paper you wrote on women and finance. What was the main ingredient of that paper?
Well, I wanted to look at how women run businesses here in the Gambia in terms of, do they understand reinvestment in your business? The money that comes into their business, what do they do with it? Do they understand what really finance and money means and money management? So I actually, for my master's, that's what I wrote my paper on, my final paper. So I came here to look at the structure in terms of businesses and women, and how women can have sustainable businesses, and look at the model here, and to be able to make a recommendation of what we need to do as women to not only live day by day and whatever the business we have, we consume, but to be able to reinvest back in your business and make that business grow, and so that it's an enterprise rather than just something that you do every day.
You went to the women in the rural areas. You did not put on that wonderful suit.
No, actually
you use another approach. What is your approach to women in the rural community? You
know, this is actually the secret to our success. When we go up country, I remember I had a lot of manan wax and my t-shirts, and you have to get to the level of these women, because you cannot come in all grand style, and these women will not identify with you. They will say, you know, maybe she's over there and we're over here. I slept with them wherever they were sleeping. I worked with them in the Faroes. I also, most important, I think what really touched them was when I was with them, you know, we had all these perishable goods. And before they get to market, they're all spoiled. So what I did was I went to some hotels. I set up a network for them to be able to sell their goods to these hotels. I bought them a van, and I would drive the van, and I would deliver, and then we come back. And it was something that I got a buy-in for them, because when you first come in, they're kind of a little bit weary about what your intentions are and who you are. And when they saw that I was one of them, they definitely, it was really fantastic, and we had a bond and a love, and also because I respect them so much.
Give me some glaring examples of what you have done with the women in the rural areas.
You know,
was there any successful enterprise
yes.
that was initiated and these women are still carrying on with it?
I mean, I'm very happy to actually share this with you. And it's one of the successes and things that we are really, really proud of. And when I go up country every 6 months, when I come back to the Gambia to assess these programs, sometimes because it's very, very tiring to do all this and not get a lot of help. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I'm like, is this worth it? But when I go and see these women and what they've been able to achieve with what we're helping them with. A year ago, I came up with this idea. I said, we identify a group of women in CRR. I wanted to use that as a pilot program to see what we can do, the success we can get from this. So we identified the group. When they came down to Banjul, actually, to meet me. We sat down and I said, what do you need? And the groups, you know, they sat down and gave me a laundry list of things that they need. And then finally I said, in monetary terms, what do you need? Because there's one thing that's very important. When people come to me and said, Kumba, I want you to help us do this and this, the first question I ask you, how much do you have? I do not believe in just giving women and just said, go do whatever you want. I have to see that you are part of a structure, and that structure is working, and then you have something in your coffer already. It doesn't matter how much it is, but you have to bring something to the table. So when we did that, I said, how much money do you have in your bank? They said $3,000. To me, that was the light bulb going, as I said, these women are ready for business. And then, you know, the structure, how you do things, and they have a scheme where people borrow from the money, and 150% worth of interest they charge, which I've never seen anywhere in the world. Very, very high. So I said, okay, I'm ready to work with this women. Two of the groups, one had 80 women in the group, and another group, the CAFO, had 120 women. They said, we need $60,000 each group. And obviously, whatever you ask me for, I don't give you that amount. I give you half of that. So I said, okay, this is what we do. I'll give you half of that, 50,000, 30,000. But I want to see what you can do with that 30,000. It was 4 months before the Tabaski. They bought some rams and, you know, reared them. By the time the Tabaski, they went to the Lumas. They sold the rams. Within 4 months, they were able to turn that 30,000 into 66,000, one of the group. And the other group, I believe, turned it from the 30 into about 61,000. So I said, okay, we're onto something now. I said, now I want you to turn this 60 into a significant amount, because I cannot come up with a number because they do what they do. I cannot impose that number on them. And within 6 months, that 60,000 was up to 92,000 for one of the groups. And for the other group, 89,000. So I said, okay, 60 is what you needed. Now give me back my 30. I took that 30, I gave it to another group. So I'm recycling the money within that group. And it was only 60,000. That's really making such a huge, huge impact. And it really, really shows when people are determined and they really have respect for their money, finance,